Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, the LiQWYD channel. Today I'm going to be discussing season 2 of My Hero Academia. And wow, what a season it's been. My video on season 1, I didn't get much views. But to be honest, I'm making the video anyways. I don't really care, I just want to talk about this show. I think when you look at popular series, whether it's comedy, drama, or in this case anime, it's not just season 1. Season 2 is the make or break to decide whether the show is good or whether it was a fluke or hype that made the first season a success. Now with season 2 of My Hero Academia, I feel like they did everything right. They introduced more characters and by extension, they gave us a glimpse into more of this world. They also gave us time with the characters we already know, explored characters' backstories, forming new friendships and rivalries. They also kept the elements I liked from season 1, like the art style and fighting scenes. Deku has already made an impression on his classmates in season 1, but here we see him do it on the world stage, and quite frankly, I love this season. When we start the season, it's immediately after the events of the last season. Aizawa Sensei is covered in bandages from his battle with the villains. But he shows up to class to tell them they need to start preparing for the school sports competition. And it sounds like a normal thing that happens even at regular schools, but to be honest, I never participated or even attended sports days in high school, and even if I was on life support, I would make sure to tune in for the events in this world. So the sport event is a bigger deal than the Olympics, and everyone, including the heroes and villains, are all tuning in to see what this next generation of heroes has to offer. The former is looking for their next sidekick and the latter is evaluating their competition. And it's not just the group that we already know though. Aizawa's class is 1A and the school's other classes are also competing. Naturally, up to this point, class 1A was the focus since that's the class our main character is in. 1A is also the only group that had to face villains so far. They are literally the hero class. And I love that all the other students see them as competition and they're out to prove that they're just as capable. Spoiler alert, they're not, but I still like that the show introduced their point of view as well. I think it makes the show more well-rounded instead of as Deku focused as season 1 was. Now speaking of Deku, Todoroki sees that All Might has similar powers to Deku and has taken an interest in him, so he declares Deku as his rival. Todoroki is one of the most interesting characters this season and possibly the most overpowered as well. He has a tragic backstory being raised by Endeavor for the purpose of defeating All Might. His father constantly abused his mother and maybe even drove her to the brink of madness because one day, seeing how similar Todoroki looks to his father on his left side, she throws boiling water at him. After that, Endeavor sends her to the hospital and then Todoroki vows never to use his flames in a fight. And even though he's using half his powers, he's still so powerful. In any other show, a character like this would be our main character. Just imagine if All Might never met Deku and instead transferred his quirk to Todoroki. Don't get me wrong though, I love Deku as the main character, but I can see this show inspiring a lot of fan fiction. Episode 10 of season 2, or episode 23 if you count the episodes from season 1 as well, is definitely my favorite. This is the fight we knew was inevitable between Deku and Todoroki. Yet as crazy as it wasn't even the finals. And Deku loses. So while this fight was inevitable, the other episode I really enjoyed and took me totally off guard was Bakugo vs Uraraka. Bakugo feels like he was overlooked when Todoroki challenged Deku, and now he's out to prove he's the top guy to beat. My opinion on him has completely changed. I think he's the one who's changed actually. Now he's really funny without meaning to be. So he's still telling people to die, still intimidating, pissing everyone off. He's still arrogant and calling his classmates by descriptors such as flat face, round face, raccoon eyes, etc. But I don't know, he's more likable in this season. So obviously he goes all out in his fight against Uraraka to the point that the crowd starts booing and saying he was being too aggressive towards a girl. But it wasn't the bloodbath they were making it out to be. She really gave it her all and she never backed down. So I think they did this episode really well. And finally, my third favorite episode was episode 25, the final match in this tournament, which was Todoroki vs Bakugo. Todoroki is all up in his head after using his left side in his fight against Deku. And then you have Bakugo who's trying to force him to use it. He wants to defeat his opponent while he's at full strength so it can be a true victory. And he also just wants to prove he's better than Deku, which is so interesting. These three are giving toxic love triangle vibes all season. Bakugo wins the match and the show moves right along. No breathing allowed. They get the next 2 days off from school and then they're picking hero names and getting assigned pro heroes to intern with. I think I would have preferred if they drew out the sports festival to last the whole season, because the pacing doesn't really feel right to me, if you know what I mean. Deku decides to make his hero name Deku because the hero names he came up with as a child wouldn't fit. And he doesn't feel like he's on the same page as All Might just yet, so he wouldn't be able to live up to the name. Todoroki just goes as his first name Shoto, and Ida goes as his first name as well. I like the name Floppy, and of course Bakugo wants the most unhero-like name imaginable. I like Deku's mentor Gran Torino. He trained All Might as well. So he's taking him on a train to fight villains, but before they reach their destination, they get attacked by Nomu in the Hosu city. So first, there's more than the Nomu from season 1, and the 3 that come out now in the city are not as powerful. Shigaraki actually released them because he wanted to take down another villain he doesn't like, the hero killer Stain. Stain thinks that All Might is a true hero and he wants to die by his hands, but he thinks the rest of the heroes lack integrity and are just in this line of work for money. And he's not entirely wrong actually. I mean, wife beater Endeavor is the number 2 hero here in this world. But Ida's brother Tensei didn't seem that bad for the hero killer to go after him. Anyways, Ida wants revenge, so he goes to Hosu City to find Stain. Then Deku shows up and Todoroki as well. So while Gran Torino and Endeavor take down the Nomu, Todoroki, Gu and Ida take down the hero killer Stain. At one point, Deku gets taken by a Nomu, but then Stain actually saves him. It's not All Might or any of our heroes that eventually defeats him. One of his ribs punctures his lungs and he has to be taken to the hospital. And since the kids are not officially heroes yet, and quirks must not be used as weapons by the public, no one knows Ida, Deku, and Todoroki defeated Stain, so they give Endeavor the credit. I honestly expected Todoroki to freak out at his father getting the credit, but he's actually okay with it, considering the alternative would mean admitting to the public that they broke the law. We get small clips of what everyone else is up to during their internships. Froppy gets the most screen time, but Bakugo is the most interesting, having been paired with Best Jeanist, who has the complete opposite temperament. And then they're back at school and it's time for the final exams. Even though the written exams lasted 3 days, it didn't make much of an impression on me. Now the physical exams, on the other hand, actually most matches weren't that interesting besides Todoroki and the girl whose name I can't pronounce versus Eraserhead. And then of course the pairing of Deku and Bakugo going up against All Might. I thought it was an excellent way to close out what has been a brilliant season overall. Bakugo has to swallow his pride and learn to work with Deku, and Deku has to put aside his hero worship and treat All Might as a real threat. It was also really fun to see All Might act as a villain. I made a short about All Might after watching season 1. I definitely recommend you check that out next. Anyways, those are my thoughts on season 2. I really like that Deku is getting more control over his powers. The only thing I wish they kept was the opening song from season 1 though. Now, I'm going to be making a video on season 3 as well, but I'm not sure when I'll be able to get that out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye.